If you have a masculine core, you're not going to be content if you aren't doing these two simple things. Number one, having meaningful goals. And number two, striving towards the completion of those goals. Masculine energy is purpose orientated. It's all about freedom, freedom from constraint. And that freedom from constraint may come in the forms of completing goals. At least that's my understanding of it. I will not say I understand it fully, but it's come from our understanding of reading these concepts and living these concepts. And we all know that to be at peace, you need to live in accordance to your natural essence. So for a masculine person, you need to live in a way that encourages masculinity, in a way that embraces the masculinity that's within you. If you're feminine, you need to live in a way that embraces that feminine side in you. To add on to all of this, our brains are essentially goal-striving mechanisms. We always have a goal in our head. We always have something that we're chasing after. We may not be aware of what we're chasing after, but it's there. If you aren't aware of what you're chasing after, it means your subconscious mind created the goal that you're chasing after. Now, I don't know if you want your subconscious mind creating your goals. I certainly don't, because, yeah. To be totally honest, for the past 3 months, I haven't been at peace. I felt unfulfilled. At times, I felt like a shell of a man. And I was wondering, why is this? Why was I feeling that way? I realized that, yes, I have goals for the year. But for the past 3 months, I haven't had monthly goals, things I was striving for right then and there. I was just living. And obviously, I had goals for the year. I don't know how my mind works, but I can't just have goals for the year. Because a year is too big for me to fathom. I need to have goals for the month. When I say that a year is too big for me to fathom when I have 10-year goals. But the point is, I need to have something that I'm striving for right now. And throughout this period, I had this feeling that I was behind people my age. Because the path I'm going down is not similar to the path that most of my friends are going down. So I'll see them doing their things. I'll see them succeeding what they're doing. And I'll look at myself and I'll be like, Tish, I'm behind. After some introspection, I realized that, they've been doing that this whole time and I've been doing my own things. And I only started to feel like I was behind them when I stopped progressing myself. That pushed me to the realization that that feeling didn't come from me thinking that I'm behind my age mates. It came from me knowing that I'm behind where I should be. So I immediately thought that me feeling that I'm not where I should be was connected to people my age. And it wasn't. It was just connected to my work and what I had been doing. It genuinely felt like I was behind my own potential. I wasn't striving towards any quantitative goals. I would just be saying, do more of this, do more of that. I was just living. And for me, and probably for you since you're watching this video, just living isn't a nice way to live. Just living brings a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of just negative stuff. You need to be striving to something. And then one morning, I literally decided to journal about what was going on. And during that journaling session, I realized that, I need to set goals. And I promise you, as soon as I set goals and as soon as I started working towards those goals, yes, my life became more difficult in objective terms. I had to do more things, but I felt more at peace. I was more fulfilled. I actually just became happier. And over the past year or 2 years, when I look back, the times when I've been the happiest, the times when I've been the most at peace, are not times when my life has been the easiest, where everything's been going well. It's been times where I've been striving towards something, striving towards the completion of something. And not in a way of just tunnel vision, but just in a wholesome way of I want to complete this. I want to achieve this, so I'm going to work towards that. And I think that's the way that every man should live, working towards a certain ideal, working towards fulfilling a certain purpose. And you're probably young, so you may not know what your purpose in life is. And I can't say for certain that I know what my purpose in life is, but I know that in the meanwhile, I should improve myself as much as possible. So that could be your purpose for now, improving yourself as much as possible, so that in the future you can help those who are around you. Now, when I look on the periods where I've been in the most anguish, the most unnecessary anguish, because there's sometimes where you just can't avoid suffering, sometimes where unexpected things happen that just put you in a bad state. But the times where I've faced the most unnecessary anguish that I just didn't need to face were times where TJ! Were times where I wasn't striving towards anything, where I didn't have goals. Or actually times where I had goals and I just wasn't working towards them. I actually think it's worse to have goals and not work towards them than to have no goals. Because when you have no goals, you're just living life. But when you have goals and you're not working towards them, you feel like you're wasting your life. You feel like a shadow of a man. So if you haven't been content, if you've had this slight feeling of unease for like the past few months, the past few days, it's probably because you don't have goals, or you have goals and you're not working towards those goals. I found that if I want to be at peace, if I want to feel fulfilled, if I want to be proud of myself, I have to be working towards something. I have to be, I don't know, I just have to be improving. And it probably is the same for you. So if you have been feeling a sense of unease, you should probably go journal right now and journal about your goals, journal about how you've been living. Because I promise you, the root of the problem is there.